Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Vivid Collectibles. My name is Danny, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the brand new Sideshow Carnage premium format figure. This statue was released about a week ago. It was sculpted by Daniel Bell and has an edition size of 3,500. He's 23 inches tall, 17 inches wide, and 13.3 inches deep. Let's get right into this review. Now, this statue was complex, has a lot of moving parts. All of the individual tendrils have to be basically keyed in, but lucky for us, they're color coded. Even though it came with no instructions, it's simple. It's just time consuming to figure out what goes where, but ultimately, you'll get it done. Everything fit pretty well, except for this right scythe arm. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when I get there. So, he's escaping the Ravencroft Institute. You had the Cell 361, which is a nod to his first appearance in the comics. So you have a nice base. It shows you destruction good, nice grays and dark grays. You have all of that mossy green around it to give it some realism. It looks fantastic. And then you have some broken pipes, which each individually key in underneath. You have the rusty rebarb and all that beautiful symbiote going through. The symbiotes are painted like a high gloss black with blue tinge on it. The light, it reflects really well, so when you move it, it looks different depending how the light hits it. I love the way they did that. That's littered through the entire statue, and it really makes the statue pop. As far as Carnage himself, he's a matte red. That's his color, and he's got all of these symbiote swirls throughout with a high gloss dark, black and blue. Looks really amazing. That makes the statue really pop. So he's got a lot of great textures throughout. It almost looks like exposed muscle. Looks absolutely incredible. The paint applications on this are really good, and the sculpt itself is really good. Now he keys in with a big key on this foot, and then he kind of just rests here. Now, before I put the scythe in, this wobbles a little bit. It'll still wobble somewhat now, but it's stable. It actually feels like it's going to go somewhere, but it's not. This scythe is massive. Look at this piece. Very cool, very menacing, and you can see all the texture throughout. Looks absolutely amazing. And then his legs, that skinny, like ripped musculature. Daniel Bell did such a great job of sculpting this. Look at him, look at his stomach, flat, freaky looking. Big muscles on this guy, a huge back. He almost looks a little hunched. And then that black symbiote swirling throughout really adds to this statue. It's simply amazing the way they sculpted this. This statue is a lot bigger in person than you can picture from looking at it in photos. It's got good presence to it. He's not, like I said, overly tall, but he looks phenomenal. And then those tendrils in the back, ready for attack. They look fantastic. They look like blades with these jagged edges. I mean, he's ready to attack. He's in attack mode. His left arm has those knife-like claws. They look phenomenal. And then that portrait. That portrait looks absolutely stunning. Look at the fangs in black. The inside is pink. You can see where the muscles are pulling. Looks absolutely unbelievable. And then those glossy, like eggshell with a yellow tinge eyes. I love how they're not completely symmetrical. They're somewhat, but they look different. So this thing is moving, right? Feels alive. He's menacing. He looks like he's basically almost laughing and smiling at his opponents. Looks absolutely phenomenal. So as for really the biggest trouble that I had was putting this in, because it keys in from the bottom, this huge scythe arm. And there's a bit of a gap here. There's a seam, but it's covered very well by the symbiote that goes throughout. So it's not really an issue. It's in there, very sturdy. It isn't going anywhere. But I'm very happy with how this Carnage turned out. I wasn't sure if I was picking it up. And the more I saw it, the more I liked it. Now that I have it in person, it's absolutely amazing. Now I know XM is doing their own. I think it's Maximum Carnage. That also looks really cool. They're completely different poses. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. As for me, between price, shipping availability, this one made a lot of sense. Plus I'm going to pair it with their upcoming Venom and also their Spider-Man, which I already have. But what do you guys think? I think Sideshow hit another home run here. Between the paint applications, all the texturing throughout the sculpt, the simple base that tells a story, that ridiculously amazing portrait. There's not a lot to complain about here, except that maybe it was a little tedious to put them together, but it all fits well. It's big, it's not overly heavy, it's got some good presence. You can move them if you have to. The way they sculpted this, it's almost like collector friendly. You can actually pick them up from the back of the base and move them around without worrying too much about breaking anything. And it feels very stable. I love it. I think it looks really good. Let me know what you guys think. If you like them, if you don't like them, what you like about them, if you're going to get them, if you're not. I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to get some feedback about it, what it is that we're covering. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a good one, guys.